Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. My name's Clint. I'm one of the youth pastors at the Duluth Vineyard Church. Really happy that you could join us today. And today is a very auspicious day because today is the first day in 2020 that I've put on a Hawaiian shirt. Hawaiian shirt season is here. That means it's time to relax, to kick back, and to start looking forward to summer, right? Now, I don't know if you're like me, but the thought of relaxing, it sounds really good, but I have a hard time just sitting and being. Whenever I sit down to just try to relax, my brain, it starts to just go crazy, and I think about all the things that I should be doing. You know, all the sermons I need to write, all the people I need to talk to, all the emails I need to answer. But then, lo and behold, when I go and sit down in my office and try to knock out some of these things, try to work on a task or a project, all I can think about is all the things that I'd rather be doing, the way that I'd rather be out for a walk with my daughter, or like recently I started metal detecting, which is the funnest hobby. So I would love to go metal detecting. I'd love to go to the beach and hang out. So that I can't get anything done. And I get into this vicious loop of when I'm trying to be productive, I can't be. And when I'm trying to relax, I can't. And it just tears me up. And I bet no matter where you're at one point or another, you're going to find yourself falling into one of these two camps. Either you're getting your value out of the things that you can do, the things that you can produce, whether that's good grades or a good job, all the money you can make, things like that. Or you think that the value of life is like all these different like pleasurable things that you just want to suck the life out of. But oftentimes those things, they don't give us life. You know, for example, I always think it'd be a really good idea to sit down and like binge watch a show on Netflix. And then I get done and I'm usually like, oh man, I wish I would have taken those, hours I spent doing that and done something else, something more productive. So we fall into these two camps. But what if there was a third way of doing things, a third way where we didn't make it all about us in either what we can produce or the fun we can have? What if, in fact, life and all of existence wasn't about you, it wasn't about me. It was about something totally different. What if life didn't revolve around us? Now, in the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, starting in verse 6, it says, "And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus, in order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace, expressed in his kindness to us in Christ Jesus. For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith. And this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." Now these couple of verses, 6 through 9 here, they really kind of summarize one of the core beliefs of the Christian faith. That everything that you are, everything that you have, everything that you will be, has nothing to do with you, but is all because of Jesus. Now, if you look, there's a couple of words in there, and the words are past tense. Like, Christ was raised. You were seated. Those things, they're already done. You don't have to make Christ be raised. You don't have to make yourself be seated with him. It already has happened. He was raised. We are seated. And a really good illustration of this comes from the creation story in Genesis. So if you have heard the story before, way back in the beginning, a good God created everything, created the world, created all the creation. He was at work for 6 days. 6 days. On the seventh day, God rested. Now, what's really cool is the first people, the first guy, his name was Adam. He was created on day number 6. So Adam's first day was day number 7, and that was the day God rested. So Adam came into existence, and then the first thing he does is take part in this Sabbath, this day of rest. It's not like Adam showed up and was like, oh, God, you're lucky I'm here. Like this whole Garden of Eden, this whole creation thing, it's a mess. Now we can really get to work. No, God had already been at work. He had already done everything. And Adam got to sit with God and enjoy the beautiful creation. And we're no different. God has been working in our lives. God is working in our lives. And God's going to continue to work in our lives. What we're being invited into is to sit and rest with God, to trust that He's in control, that no matter what happens, good or bad, God has a plan. He's going to take care of us, that He is our strength. Now, maybe you're sitting there and you're thinking, Clint, I have got way too much stuff to do. Have you heard about all this online schooling? They just keep throwing the assignments at you. I can't possibly take a minute and sit. Yes, you can. There is nothing more important than our relationship with God. And we acknowledge that when we choose to sit, when we choose to rest, when we take all of our cares, all of our worries, all of our anxieties, and say, God, they're yours. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me. We say, God, they're yours. I don't want them. We rest when we realize that life isn't about us or what we can do. Rather, it's about Jesus and what He already did and what He's doing. Don't hear me say that the minute that we sit and rest, poof, Now don't hear me say that the minute that we choose to sit and rest, all of a sudden, we're going to have tons of money and jet skis, and without lifting a finger, you're going to get straight A's on all your assignments and reports. And that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that when we sit and rest, when we choose to give those cares, those worries to God, He reorients our heart. We begin to care about what God cares about. Our priority might not be making lots of money. Rather, our priority becomes spending time with God. Because first and foremost, that's what we are created for. To spend time, to rest, to sit with Jesus. So can you do that? Can you trust today that that thing that's been eating at the back of your mind, that thing, we all have that thing, the thing that's been causing anxiety, the thing that's been stressing you out, can you trust that God is bigger than it, that He has it under control, and that you can sit, you can be, you can trust, you can rest in Him because He loves you, because He's for you, and because He wants to be with you. The God of the universe is inviting you right now to sit down with Him. Can you do that? So if you're joining us for the premiere of this video, we're going to hop over into Zoom and just talk about this a little bit more. Talk about the things that are eating at us and the ways that we can bring them to God. I'd encourage you, in the description box, there's a link to the Zoom meeting. Hop on in there, get some prayer, meet some new people, and learn to develop this deeper level of trust. If you need to speak with a pastor, my email is in the description box. That's the description box. Feel free to shoot me an email and get a hold of me. I'd love to chat with you more about this. Thank you so much for joining us. I challenge you to rest well and reach out and help somebody else. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that like button and then ring the bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day.